Good morning, my Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and welcome to the Monday Morning Witchy Hour. Today we're going to be talking about devotional witchcraft and talking to spirits and stuff like that. If we haven't met, I am so happy to meet you. Excuse me, I'm exhausted. And if you have seen these streams before, welcome back. It's so lovely to see you guys. All right. I would like to start this morning with a grounding ritual to start your day. This starts near your domain. If you've not created a domain, you might want to sign up for my newsletter, which is linked below. Sit with your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for a moment. And as you let it out completely through your mouth, let go of the tension from the night and the grogginess of the morning. Take another deep breath in, and as you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in pure love. And as you breathe out, imagine you are breathing out forgiveness. Take a third deep breath in, and as you do so, imagine a light coming in at the top of your head. It enters at the top of your head and spreads down over your face, neck, and shoulders. This cleansing light now expands along your back, down your legs, and out through your feet. It is as if cleansing light is a constant flow of soothing energy entering from your head and passing out through the arches of your feet. You are just outside the door of your domain. The air is crisp and cool. The evergreens sway slightly in the breeze, and the ground has a large patch of moss at your feet. Step barefoot onto the moss. Feel how soft it is. Feel the solid ground underneath. That light coming into your head could now be translated into energy that you can send out your feet. Convert the light into roots and send the roots out the bottoms of your feet and deep into the earth, as deep as you can. The soil is fresh, easy to toil, easy to carve a path down. Feel how anchored you are, how close to the earth. Reach as far down as you can. The earth hugs your roots comfortably, no matter how sharp or curly, no matter how many times they split off. Slowly pull the roots back up the way they came. Your roots slither through the dark, the soil filling in its wake. Pull the roots back into your feet, convert it back to the light, and let the light filter through you and out the top of your head. Take one more deep breath in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we just did our morning grounding ritual. Excuse my scritchy head. I need the relaxation. All right. For the tarot reading. It's an empty room this morning, but that's okay. You can always watch this in post. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. The Tower reversed. And the Prince of Pentacles reversed. Now, when all of the cards are inverted, I usually will rate it as though I were on the other side of the cards. That it is pointing to the recipient and not to me. So let me rearrange these a little bit. Nine of Pentacles. Indulge yourself. You deserve it. Your hard work is paying off and you are now reaping the rewards. You feel at ease with your financial status, income, and schedule. Live loud with luxury, allowing yourself to allow the abundance that you've created. It is now time to celebrate and treat yourself, whether it's buying that item you've had your eye on or giving yourself time to rest. Show your true colors by saying yes to the independent spirit and the creations you are bringing forth into the world. Acknowledge your accomplishments and what it took for you to get to this place of fulfillment and satisfaction. Rich in inspiration, connect and replenish the unique beauty that you possess and provide in this world. Flash! Fast as a bolt of lightning, your world has instantly shifted before your eyes. The Tower is a card of sudden change, one that shakes the foundations of what you have built. It can be subconscious, like the beliefs that have been established by your parents, or it can be literal, like a fire that has burned down the house. Regardless, the turn of events that has split you wide open, cutting to the core of your being. This card is a rude awakening for you to transform your attitudes about previous beliefs. Salvage what you can from the wreckage and make a game plan to move forward. This is also a card of rebuilding after loss. Building yourself up from the ground up. How will you handle the chaotic time? The grace and ease or raw emotion? The choice is yours. With destruction comes creation, so all is not lost. And the Princess of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles. Oh, that's cups. Princess of Pentacles. Make your dreams a reality. You have a clear vision in mind and now setting plans in action to make it happen. You are open to further education to expand your knowledge. This includes learning new practical skills that you can directly apply to your life. You have a thirst for learning, fueling your entrepreneurial spirit with curiosity, and wonder. This is a time to collect resources, build assets, and pursue real-world goals. It's easy to get lost in your dreams, but the Princess of Pentacles asks you to remain grounded in order to apply your creativity for the use in the real world. By framing work as play, you allow yourself to approach learning as a new adventure. Move forward with reason and practicality, and set your sights forward to expand. Realize your potential by allowing yourself to grow. Okay. So there's was a big change recently that was catastrophic, but the recovery is going beautifully. You're doing the legwork and you're reaping the rewards. So if you haven't reaped rewards yet, give it time. Hi, Mint. How is it going? I'm about to read horoscopes. Oh, crack. Oh. Pleasure is the order of the day. The moon in expressive Leo sextiles red hot Mars in Libra, boosting our power to go after what we want. We can really enjoy the goods on offer once the moon conjoins Venus at 3:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I think. Making it easy to roll around in life's great garden and enjoy the experience. The moon will energetically square vigorous Jupiter before the day ends, which could make winding down on a quiet note seem like an impossible dream. Well, yeah, it just reinforces the reading I just did. So take care of yourself today, Now for the topic. I am reading from Magpie Training, Book 1. And I am opening up to the Devotional Witchcraft. And I'm starting with locally sourced magic. Once upon a time, humans were an integral part of the small ecosystems in which they lived. Everything we consumed was harvested locally, whether that was meat, vegetables, grain, fruit, or medicine. Our waste was likewise disposed of locally. It went back into the ground to be broken down and turned into resources for new life. When our bodies died, they were also buried locally. We literally returned to the land that sustained our lives. The energy of our specific region permeated us. The movement toward local food is a great thing to see. No matter what, we depend on the land and its beings in order to survive. Doing so responsibly and sustainably supports a better relationship. By making that relationship local, we bring the benefits home. Making our very selves and bodies of the relationship with the local beings is a powerful way to enhance our metaphysical working relationship with them. This philosophy of local sourcing applies to spell, ritual, and working ingredients. They are compendiums of metaphysical correspondences, not to mention multiple websites devoted to the subject. However, those correspondences tend not to be listed by region. When you are working magic, your magic carries the blessing of other beings who work with you, and your strongest relationship will be with local spirits. Although it's tempting to have a magical cabinet filled with herbs and crystals from all over the world, I would invite you to consider sourcing local supplies. Farmers markets and co-ops are great places to find fresh herbs locally. Even if a species isn't native to your region, it's grown there. If it's grown there, it is part of the regional tapestry of spirits. This functions similarly to emigration, excuse me. Just because our ancestors aren't from this country doesn't mean we can't have deep, meaningful relationships with the local spirits. By living where we do, we become part of the tapestry. Many herbs have multiple metaphysical correspondences. Let's use rosemary as an example. It's commonly grown in my region, although it needs to be brought indoors during winter. Rosemary is associated with purification, strength, protection, energy, memory, and the sun. What multiple correspondences per herb means in a practical sense is that you could cultivate a relationship or relationships, plural, with 15 to 20 locally grown kinds of plants and be able to do almost any kind of correspondence assisted magic as a result. This is also true of stones and crystals. Many crystals, different crystals are common in different regions. Where I live in Western Maryland, quartz, mica, garnet, and feldspars, i.e. moonstone, labradorite, etc., are common. However, the world of mineral magic doesn't stop at sparkly rocks. Stones are minerals too, and all carry different qualities. A piece of catoctin greenstone, the greenish tinted metabasalt, common to the mountains where I live, resonates with ancient, stable energy. It would be a good ally in any magic involving abundance, stability, safety, and protection. Learn about the geology where you live. If you see an interesting rock, look it up. You'd be amazed at the allies around you that go overlooked because they aren't sparkly. Consider expanding your understanding of correspondences to favor local beings. Choose plants and flowers that grow near you. Work with stones and crystals that live with you. If you have the ability to do so, grow some herbs that you use regularly at your house. Think of correspondences not as a user agreement, but as a long-term friendship with your spirit neighbors. Let's talk about cultivating relationships. Hi, RC. Nice of you to stop in. You probably dipped out. Or StreamYard is lying to me. That is also possible. Thank you very much, darling. It is much appreciated. There are a couple of different ways to approach building relationship with a being you'd like to work with. You can approach the NAR, or you can approach the individuated being. As mentioned in Chapter 2, a NAR or overspirit is the collective governing energy being for a particular species or gathered group. Just as cells in a human body are part of a specific human, all individual daffodils are part of the daffodil gnar. If you are planning to work with a correspondence that will be combined with individual beings, think locally sourced lavender oil or a group of quartz crystals. Approaching the gnar to form the relationship will be the most useful and least time-consuming option. Right on. Bye, RC. Bye. An individuated being is the specific crystal, herb, tree, or body of water that you want to work with. There are times when approaching an individuated being is the most useful path. A long-term spell using one specific stone or crystal is a good example. First contact. Relationship building with spirits is not so different from making friends with people. Excuse me, my voice. I did a lot of shouting this past weekend, so my voice is a little hoarse. Healthy relationships are built on respect, shared interest, and balanced energy exchange. Establishing contact with a particular spirit can follow a simple path. Step 1, journey to meet the spirit. It is easier to connect on a spiritual level when you are in a mental state conducive to spirit communication. As your relationship with your particular spirit becomes stronger, you may not need this step, but it's a good place to begin. Plan to set aside at least 20 minutes for a meditation. Settle yourself comfortably, then rattle, drum, or play an appropriate track in the background for journeying. Background journey tracks can be found at, blackfeathermystery.com/recordings. Start in a place of safety, your landing pad or place of power. Invite the spirit to wish to communicate with you to join you there. If they cannot do so, travel to meet them instead. Offer a gift. Thank the spirit for being willing to meet with you. Offer them a gift of some sort in gratitude for their time and energy. I like to make beautiful energy structures, crystals, flowers, spheres of light, and then offer them. To do so, simply gather up some of your own energy. Start with an energy ball, and then using visualization, shape it into the form you would like to offer. Explain your goals. Tell the spirit while you're calling them. Explain what kind of magic you're working on and how a successful working will impact your life. Request assistance. Ask if the spirit would be willing to work with you on your goal. If they are, ask what form would be best. Offer assistance. If the spirit agrees to work with you, ask what you can do to support them in return. Be honest about what you are willing to do as part of this relationship. Determine the path forward. Excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. If you decide to work together, talk about the shape that will take. If you're planning to grow a mugwort plant to help make your home energetically invisible, decide where that plant will be located and discuss what it needs in order to thrive. part as friends. Express gratitude and affection and return. Write down the contents of your journey, and once we re-enter normal cognitive space, it's easy to lose these bits and pieces. One more page. Sustaining the relationship. Friendships can take different forms in terms of how they last. Some friendships are formed for a reason. Anyone who has gone on a retreat, to a convention, or on a vacation as a part of a tour group understands that friends are specific to one particular location or situation. Some friendships last longer, a season. These are the friendships we form with classmates in school. We sit next to the same people for 6 months or a year and develop relationships that sustain that time period. Some friendships last longer, for years or longer. These are relationships that include shared goals and visions, common experiences, deep affection, and connection. Your working relationship with correspondences will have similar variation. Some will last longer than others. All friendships take some effort to sustain. In the case of a living plant, that can be as simple as tending it, watering, weeding, and visiting. For a longer-term relationship, it might mean regular journeys to check in with your ally. Sometimes Remember that when you start a friendship, if you wish to be able to ask for help later, you need to maintain the friendship. This is just like human friendships. We all dislike the person who only talks to us when they need something. Acting as an ally toward the Nar of a species you're working with can be really helpful too. As an example, let's say you're working with a barred owl as a way to overcome fear of the dark. You can support barred owls in your region by donating or volunteering at wildlife sanctuaries they call home. This is equally true supporting the allies of that being. If you live in an apartment or don't do well growing your own herbs, purchasing plant materials from local growers is a great way to support that species. And then it goes into an exercise. And then it goes into the spirit court. And staying centered and know thyself. Yeah. Which could be another time. If you liked this video at any point, I encourage you to hit the like button. And if you would like to see more streams like this one, then you can usually find me on Monday mornings or watch me in post. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.